But I definitely wanted to talk a little bit about moving through the queens. It's something that I've been kind of alluding to for some time, and now that I'm moving more into teacher role versus reader role, I definitely want to share my experiences with you guys, especially after, because when I learned of this kind of pattern, or this, when I zoomed out, was after that dark night of the soul that I told you about, and when I finally surrendered, and my life changed and upgraded in such a crazy way that it was no doubt spirit. And so I was ready to get clear. I was ready. I was listening. I was saying, okay, spirit, clearly you're doing something here. And it's way more than I could have ever even imagined, because the way that things worked out, fresh off of living in a homeless shelter, I mean, how it's progressed since then, especially to where I'm living right now, it's crazy. So one of the things that I did put a few talking points together so that I can kind of keep it concise, because I could be a bit long-winded. Um, the queen, like I was telling you guys before, the queen is typically grounded and embodying truths, while the king represents mastery. So the only reason I'm saying queen is because these I can specifically talk to, because I moved through these. And I'm still moving through these. In fact, I'm at my Queen of Pentacles stage, and I'll explain that to you as we go along. But if you're a guy who finds this, there's still a queen energy that you'll want to move through before you can obtain that king energy. And it's just about finding grounded in clarity, which the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are all about that. So while they're all ever evolving beings, the queen is the one that grounds herself long enough to obtain that mastery. So you can't really become the king until you move through each one of these queens, depending on what part of your life what area you're in. And again, once we talk about it, you might start to see where you are in terms of the queens, because the way that it worked for me is you have to move through the Queen of Swords. You have to use discernment. You have to use the sword of truth, your new truth, your new understanding, even in this moment. And we saw that with the reading there, the general reading. You've got to embody who you are now and start making those choices from who you are now, not from who you've been, that Three of Swords energy, not from the people you may have encountered in the past, that Seven of Swords energy, but from who you are now. And so once you open yourself up, because she's also all about receiving and receiving downloads. She's receiving who to, what to, and how to cut out or use that discernment to fine tune who she is now and to fine tune her vision. So as you do listen to this, think to yourself, which queen am I in right now? Or which figure of the court cards can represent your current stage? Because quickly, just to go over it, a page is new. A page is somebody who's learning how to do something. While the knight, he's action. Even the Knight of Pentacles is moving, although he is moving slowly. They're acting on the information that they're learning as the page. Then you ground yourself as you begin to start to embody that with that queen energy, and that's what this is. And as you continue to stay grounded in that new truth of yours, you then obtain that mastery of the king.